are you doing? Let's find out. I think the last time I did a reading on you guys, you were bringing out that stinger, so let's see. Let us see. Spread your wings. Alright, it's time to take flight. Let's see what this looks like for you then. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm seeing hella good energy. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune, right? In the upright, which means good fortune coming your way, a change, cause for celebration with Three of Cups. Page of Cups tells me you might have some admirer and an admirer. Maybe multiple. Yep, I was gonna say maybe multiple admirers. It looks like you might be a catch, right? Like you're drawing attention from multiple sources here. Nine of Swords in reverse. Like you might have in the past, in the recent past, been really upset or devastated over a loss or whatever, feeling like you couldn't sleep at night, feeling like unsettled in your soul. Five of Cups in reverse, feeling like you wasted your love and affection on somebody that just didn't deserve it. Ace of Swords in reverse, you didn't even want to fight about. You don't even want to bring your sword to the table. You're like, this isn't even worth fighting for or about. Yeah, Six of Swords in reverse, I feel like you've already walked away from this situation. And now you're looking at your options here. I feel like you're glad to be away from this person. With the Devil energy, it looks like they really put you in a bad headspace, right? They were deceitful, manipulative, controlling. They were just really not a good energy for you. And then with the Three of Swords in reverse, I feel that you're like glad that it's over. Like you're feeling like you can finally breathe. You can finally relax. Like the torture of it is over. Yeah, King of Wands, I feel you kind of in your truth, living your life as, as you feel is fit for you. Two of Swords, I find you finding peace, right? Alright, Queen of Swords. Maybe they broke up with you. I don't feel like this was a bad thing for you. With the Queen of Swords, it's like that person was cold and callous and really not full of emotions for you, right? You guys are looking at each other like you are the person being, either you're the one being cut off or you're cutting them off, but you guys are looking directly at each other as it's happening. 10 of Wands, this was a huge burden for you, right? This person, like, you needed to end this cycle, right? You needed it to come to just be finished. I feel like you had a lot to get off your chest. Knight of Swords. I feel kind of this breakthrough moment for you where you're like, you know what, fuck this. I'm establishing myself. But it's weird because how I'm seeing it though is the Queen of Swords is facing you here with her sword. And then right behind you I see the Knight of Swords. So there could have been other influences kind of inspiring her to like cut you off, right? Or him, whatever. Three of Pentacles in reverse could have been a coworker, roommate, friend, that kind of thing. But I do see this other person kind of in this energy of like assisting the Queen of Swords and cutting you off. Alright. Let's see. You know what? No, I'm not done with these yet. Well, what is your advice from Spirit at this time? Moving onward and upward. Yeah, Three of Wands. It could have been a third party situation too, like a love triangle or somebody being unfaithful here. Eight of Cups in reverse. I don't feel like you wanted to walk away from this connection. I feel like that now that it's happened, I feel like it's really good for you that it happens. Yeah, you had to let go of something that felt like your wish fulfillment with this 10 of Cups in reverse. The Hierophant. Use this experience, this Taurus energy, use this experience to help you learn and grow, right? All I'm seeing, a majority of what I'm seeing on the board here is minor arcana, right? Which is like all the suits, the swords, the cups, the wands, the pentacles. But I'm not seeing a lot of major arcana cards, right? Like the Hierophant, for example. Which tells me that you've been caught up in like a side quest, right? This is not the real thing. You've been caught up in a side quest, and it's time for you to learn and grow from that and understand, like, this was just distracting you from what you're really here to do, and you don't need distractions at this time. Find the lesson. Discover the purpose in a situation and trust that you're learning. Falling, the unknown, descent, momentum, and change. Alright? Yeah. It's a tower energy. The right way. Learning to create what you desire. All must have prizes. Trying to please everyone. You need to stop doing that. Being a people pleaser it doesn't help anybody, right? And it's funny because there was one time, for example, let me give you a great example. I've never been a people pleaser. I'm always the person that I'll be a smart ass to anybody, whatever. And I was always a smart ass to a previous boss of mine, right? And they loved that about me, right? And there was this new person who came in and they were just like, oh, thank you, sir, da da da, sir this, sir that, and oh, excuse me, da 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 da. And he looks at me in my eyeballs, right? Me, the most smart ass, and I'm like, move, like, but I like, he looks at me and he says, you know what the difference is between a brown noser and an ass kisser? And I was like, what? And he's like, depth perception, right? And this was a joke that he had made about this person who was trying to go above and beyond to please him, People don't actually respect that. They see you as weak when you do that in any scenario, right? Because somebody with strength of character doesn't need to go out of their way to please everyone. They're validated within themselves. Growing up, wanting to grow in experience and rejection of perpetual youth, right? So even in relationships, when you try too hard to please them, to make sure they're always happy and all that can be detrimental to a relationship because you're not being authentic, right? You're not being really you. Sometimes you got to be okay with them, just understand you don't have to please everybody, right? And if they're going to be disappointed because you are yourself, then they didn't like you to begin with, right? If they really like you, then they want you to show up as your whole self, authentic, whatever, challenging their perspective, challenging their mindset. People actually appreciate that when you're not always so agreeing, like when you actually show up and you're like, well, I actually have a different perspective. Let me give you that. Da 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 da. Yeah. You don't have to agree with everybody. You don't have to play that way. People don't actually respect it. Real leaders, they don't people please anybody, right? They don't. People are trying to please them, not the other way around. Be a leader in your own right. And you're a freaking Scorpio, man. And you were already born with enough charisma and charm for everybody else. Live on that. Live on your charisma and your charm. But that's not people pleasing. That's being charismatic, right? You can have an opposing thought or opinion and still be very charismatic about it. Yuga Shakti. We may yearn for circumstances to unfold according to our personal preferences, yet to trust in divine timing alleviates stress and fosters a more peaceful relationship with the universe. Even the right thing cannot attain fruition at the wrong time. Sorry. A negative cycle is due to end, and a new dawn shall arise. By Ravi By Ravi Yogini. Face your fears, for it is the right time, and you are ready to overcome them. You will be given the power to fulfill your heart's desires. Embrace your path with confidence. Healing around belonging and abundance is taking place within your soul. You are spiritually protected from toxic energies. Recognize your inner divine badass and commit to your dreams with conviction. I couldn't have said it better myself. I love this Kali Oracle deck. You know what? Maybe you should get this. She'll tell you exactly what you need whenever you need it. I love that thing. But yeah, so I hope this was helpful. This is pretty much what I have for you. Remember, your authenticity matters. Your opinions, your views, they matter, right? And even if people disagree with you, it's better to have that than to be inauthentic with yourself or to not be true to yourself in some way. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later.